Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening to you. This is by Hook or by Needles. My name is Sam, and it is Reveal Week. And it is, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to show you the whole thing, but it is a table runner. So that is what I have made, with a little shell stitch at each end. It's just a little table runner for a coffee table, dining room table, or side table, whatever. You can have it hanging down if you put it on a smaller table. Yeah, that is it. Coming up is the tutorial for this. Unfortunately, I did leave off the bit of the tutorial that tells you how to do the end bit. I just got carried away and just kept going. So basically, I just, at the ends, I just put a double crochet into each stitch till I had, I think, 39. So you might need to put 2 stitches in one to get, and is it 39? No, it wasn't. It was, sorry, 37. So you might need to put 2 stitches in because it was a multiple of 4 plus 1. Yeah, and then it's just a case of you do single crochet in one stitch, skip a stitch, 4 double crochet, skip a stitch, single crochet, skip a stitch, all the way to the end. And that was that was the shell stitch that I put on the ends. Okay, so that is the reveal. I wonder how many of you guessed correctly. Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. Okay, so coming up right now will be the tutorial. Thank you, and I'll catch you later. Okay, so this is just the tutorial on how I made the table runner. It's going to be really short and sweet and simple. I just started with the usual slip knot. Oh, excuse my cat, he's having a little hissy fit. He's not happy with me because I'm ignoring him. And then you basically will chain for however many chain you need to get the width of the table runner you wish. Depending obviously on the table you have. And once you've done that, you will do your foundation row of single crochets, and then you can get straight into the repeat. And like I say, it really is just as simple as that. It's there's no increasing, no decreasing. Am I happy with that width? I think so. Okay, so this is just going to be very much like more of the tutorial, but 1, 2, third chain from the hook. I'm going to go in and do a single crochet. The yarn I'm using here is from Patterns, however you wish to say it. It is a 50% acrylic and a 50% cotton, so you would not be putting anything hot on this table runner. It is a purely decorative table runner, and so you would remove it before placing, really hot casserole dishes or pots or anything like that on top of it to serve dinner with. Or you would just place the hot plates on top of the hot pads or whatever on top of the runner. Okay, I'm going to come back when I've got to the end. Back in a second. Okay, so I've just done my full row of It's kind of twisted, but that's okay. It'll straighten out as I work. I've finished my first row. I'm just going to check that untwist it if I can. Not sure why it's twisted like it has, but oh dear. Nope, still twisted. Okay, yeah, that'll do. Yeah, I think that's a good width. You don't want it too wide, when it's running down. Especially if you've got a rectangular table, you only want it running down the middle. You don't want it sort of encroaching on your placemats or anything by being too wide. So, yeah. So, then I just 1, 2, 3, 4, chain up 5, turn my work, don't go into the first stitch, and I just double treble or triple treble if you're in the UK into the first stitch. And that is that. And then of course we just do that all the way across, and then that's followed by 3 rows of single crochet. No increases or decreases necessary. It's just a matter of just keep going. Yeah, sorry, not a overly fascinating tutorial. I have just made basically a rectangle, or a very long rectangle. You could even turn this, if you wished, into a scarf by making it longer. You could turn it into a shawl by making it wider. As I said when I did the stitch tutorial, it really is a very versatile stitching. Could be any number of things, but it is also limited as well by these large gaps. You certainly wouldn't, I wouldn't use it for a blanket, but that's not to say you can't. I just don't think it'd be very good as a blanket. I think it'd be great as a shawl or a scarf. A lightweight one for spring or autumn. Just trying to think what else it would be okay with. I suppose you could do it in cotton and it would be nice as a washcloth even. Yeah, I don't know. There are a lot of ideas, but there's also limitations with this sort of stitch because of the gappiness. I don't think you'd be making a hat out of it, for example. You could certainly make a summer beach coverall with it, or a summer top. That would work as well. But you would want 100% cotton for that. This is cotton, 50-50 cotton and acrylic, so yeah. Almost getting to the end. And then I'll sort of pretty much leave it off there because, it's just going to be more of me going back and forth, back and forth. And once you know what the repeats are and the pattern is, there's not a lot more to tell you. So you start off with your single, your row of single crochets into your chain. There is no multiple, so you can do the chain as long or as short as you wish. You could even work this in the round if you liked and make a lightweight cowl. That would work. Yeah. So once you've done your single crochet row, you then go into your double crochet, double trebles, or your triple treble if you're in the UK, and you just do a row of those, remembering to skip the first stitch because the chains do count as the turning chain does count as a stitch in this stitch pattern. So, and then you would just do 3 more rows of single crochet before returning back to a row of the double trebles. Nothing to it. Once you've got sort of past this awkward starting stage, this is really something that you could just do sitting and watching TV, because you don't need a lot of concentration for it. I love working with this. I'm going to be sad when I've used up all my pattern swirls, or whatever they're called. I think they're called swirls. This one's called summer swirl, but yeah, I'm going to be a little bit sad when they're all gone, because they are nice. It's been a nice yarn to work with, nice and thin, but lightweight, and I don't know, I just love it, and I love the colors, the color combinations. You can sort of see here, this is going to go, from this sort of colors to the light blue and dark blue, and then comes back out to the really light blue up here. But I don't know if I'll get that far with this. We'll see. Okay, so, and I'll just work on this, and I will make this, I'm going to make this probably to fit my dining table, which is a square, and the reason being, my dining room tables are blue, so if I make this to fit to that, and it doesn't get picked, I can put it in my own kitchen. But yeah, my dining room tables are sort of a darkish blue, the darker blue on this. And that gives me an idea too of size wise. Oops, and in there. And do I do one more? No, that was the chain. Okay. Yep, that was the chain. Okay. So, there we go. That's the first 2 rows. As we know, this is then followed by 3 single crochet rows, and then we go back to this double treble row. That is, how wide have I made this? Let's have a look. Let's be more scientific about it, shall we? It is 23 centimeters wide, which is 9 inches wide. So I think that's a pretty good width for both a scarf and a table runner that I am making. So I'll obviously come back and we will see the finished result, because it's a reveal day. But yeah, so it's just a matter of how many stitches have I got. 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 31. I've got 31 stitches. So I started off with something like 33 chain? Something like that. But anyway, you make it as wide or as narrow as you wish. And I will see you later. Take care. Am I going to be back? Yes, I probably will be back. So this will just be, yeah. So I won't say goodbye. It's very hard when you've got to do these videos in parts. Anyway, so I will be back. Okay, see you soon. Okay, I'm working now on the edging. I've made my runner as long as I want it to be, and I'm just picking up stitches, and I'm picking up 4 along the length of each double treble or triple treble if you're in the UK, and then 3 stitches where the 3 rows of single crochet go. And then I'm almost at this second corner. Is it my second corner? Yeah, because I started right on the corner because that's where I ended. And so I just continued going straight into the edge. And I got 1, 2, 3, 4. And then into the corner we go. And I'm doing 2 single crochet, chain 2, 2 single crochet. So chain 2, 2 single crochet, chain 2, 2 single crochet. Then I'm just going to work a single crochet all the way along the bottom or the top. I'm not sure which it is. No, this would be the bottom. So this is my cast on edge, and it's left me with 2, because I work in the back bump, it's left me with the V's to work into, and I'm just going to work 33 stitches, I think it will be. Not count, well, it'll be less than that actually, because I've got the 2 corners. So it'll probably be 31, I think. And I'm just working a single crochet into each of these. I need this single crochet foundation because I'm going to try to add a bit of a lacy effect to the edging of the table runner, so it's not just sort of squared off or rectangled off. And yeah, it can be tedious work doing these single crochet, but it's worth it, I think, in the long run. It's not so hard doing it along the edges, top and bottom I mean, but when you're doing the edges you are working into the stitches or the ends of the rows, so that can be a little bit, sometimes people get a little bit lost as to where to go, because it's not always, obvious, but I'm going to show you where I'm working my stitches, and hopefully you'll be able to do the same with yours. Hello, Maggie. Thank you for your visit and jiggling the camera. It's currently 2 a.m. and I am, hang on, where am I? I think I'll do one more and then the corner, I think. Oh, sticky towel in my face, thank you. Yep, one more and then I'll do the corner. Oh dear, okay, and then we just do 2 single crochet, 2 chain, and 2 single crochet. I'm not going to do 3 in the corner because I think that's going to make it too bulky. Even doing the 2 is a little bit sort of bulkier than I'd sort of perhaps like, and I'll show you what I mean. it sort of tends to stick out a little bit here, so it tends to be a little bit bulky, but I think when I add the next row on, it'll be okay. We'll just have to wait and see. So this is the end of my first row of single crochet. So I'm just going to go into there and do one, and now we come to the edges. Now what's funny here, I say funny, strange, fortunate, whatever you want to look at it as, there are like 1, 2, 3, 4 like back bumps. If you sort of turn it now, because some of these end double trebles or triple trebles are actually chains, so you can actually turn them, but you could do the same. This one I think is a chain, possibly, but you can also do the same with the stitches. So we go to the next one, and you feel, this is clearly a stitch, not a chain, and you can still see very clearly 4 back bumps to work into, or 4 bumps to work into. So I'm just going to pick up them. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to do 4 single crochet for each of the double trebles or triple trebles. Now you could just as easily work into the space and work at 4 single crochet that way. That might cause them to gather in the, when you're working, they would actually sort of possibly gather up, especially after being washed. They might all sort of slide to one side. So that's why I'm working into the little bumps, so that I can, so they're anchored and they're not going to slide about. And that's my cat having a little whinge at me because I'm not paying attention to her. And that's what she does. She whinges, and then she, come on then, over that way. So have I done 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. So next I've got to find 3 spots to go into for the 3 row ends for the 3 single crochet rows. And I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3. I'm just going to, it doesn't matter whether you just pick up 1 thread or 2. I'm going to go into the back there and just pick up 1 on that one. And then I'm going to come back and I'm just going to pick up that one there, or I can go into there, but I think I'm just going to pick up that one there. Maggie, they are my stitch markers. I know you like stitch markers, but you're not touching. Come on. Off you get. Thank you. So that's 3, and again we are at this, and you can see 1. Oops, hang on. If you turn it, you can see them better. Got 1, 2, 3, 4. See that? And I think this is actually a chain start. Yeah, this looks more like a chain start, which is why the back bumps are more clear probably. And I'm going to work into those if I can pick them up. I'm going really, taking this really slow and steady, because I do want to try and keep it even. I don't want to for it to gather up when I'm working. 1, 2, 3. Yep, I'll do that one as well. And I just realized I hope you can hear me, because I've just realized I haven't attached the mic. So if the volume is really different between the previous section and this section, I do apologize. There's 1, 2, 3. 1. Where am I? That's the sequence. 1, 2, 3. Yep, and then there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, So I'm just going to keep working all the way around down here until I get back to the beginning, and then I'm going to work the second row of my lacy stitch edge. Okay, so yeah, there's still a little way to go. I don't even know what sort of edge I'm going to do at this stage. We'll see. All right, take care. I'll be back in a little bit.